Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. I got Kenny Baum and Mr. Dubs with me. We're going to have a nice little friendly debate over the Ringside Pass. And some of them are pro Ringside Pass, some of us are a little against it, not 100%. So we're just here going to have a friendly little conversation about it. So first up, Kenny Baum, tell them where they can find you.
Yes, you guys can find me at Kenny Baum on YouTube. Kenny Baum 4K if you want to scream obscenities at me on X.
Mr. Dubs.
You can find me at Mr. Dubs86 on X/Twitter. I'm still thinking about screaming obscenities at Kenny. I'm looking forward. I'm going to go and do that right now. Go follow us on Twitter. And you can find me on YouTube at Mr. Dubs.
All right. So they posted over on, once again, the SmackDown Hotel. Shouts to them. Everything that is included in the premium track. Now, we're not going to go over everything because we'd be here for 2 hours. But for me, my argument is when you have paid extra DLC, and I'm against it, just for this aspect of it. The normal stuff that's in the base game, I'm okay with because that gives you something to do, something to play towards. But my argument is the paid DLC wrestlers. Why do we have an extra step, an extra roadblock to get the stuff we paid for? And for content creators like myself and you fine fellas here, when these new wrestlers come out, instead of just being able to get them and make some cool videos for you guys to show them off, see if you guys want to purchase them or not, now we have to play, I'll let Dubs do the math because he's good at math, X amount of matches just to get to, on this first tier, Mr. Iguana is all the way down to tier 20. So you have to get all the way to tier 20 in order to unlock Mr. Iguana. That, to me, is ridiculous. If it's a wrestler now, if all this other stuff, the Island VC, the moves, the arenas, the emotes, all that kind of stuff, that's fine. That pads out the season or the Ringside Pass. I'm going to be messing that up this entire video. Battle Pass, Ringside Pass, Season Pass, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, same thing.
Yeah.
That's okay to me. But the wrestlers, that's my argument. The wrestlers, either put it in the first 5 or just give me the wrestlers and then have all the other stuff come with it. Like if you want to lock the creation parts behind it, that's fine. Just give me the wrestlers. That's all I'm asking for. Kenny, how do you feel about this?
Well, I think you kind of misunderstood my stance on this, Clint, because the thing is this. So I like to play and unlock things. So I don't mind this, but I understand this is not going to be for everybody. And this is not the way this should be done because people are paying for this DLC and you're going to have a lot of players who buy this DLC but don't ever get these wrestlers unlocked. Now, whenever the DLC packs come out, like in WWE 2K25, yes, we get all of the wrestlers, but usually I'll try them all out one time and then there's really nothing else to do. In this case, where I see the benefit is you get one wrestler who gets unlocked automatically, and if that's the wrestler you're interested in, then this gives you a reason to use that wrestler because now you want to play as many matches with that wrestler as you can. When you unlock that next wrestler, you can grab that wrestler, enjoy yourself playing matches with them as you lead up and unlock all of the wrestlers. So this gives you something to do. So I personally don't mind it. But for the people who are upset saying, I paid for this stuff, I want to have it right now, I think they're justified. You should have an option to get this stuff unlocked automatically, and you should not have to pay more money to get this stuff unlocked up front. So I think it is ridiculous, the fact that they are doing it this way, but for me, in the way I play, it works. So I'm not mad at it personally.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Dubs? How do you feel about this?
Again, I have to wait till I have it in my hands to see how it really feels because what I'm hearing, and I believe it was just Brian, friend of the channel, who shout outs to Brian, but he pointed out that I think they said just for a win, just a win by itself in like any match, you get about 80. I think it was 80 or maybe it was I think it was 100 points
at least
for
bottom floor.
Yeah, at least the base, the floor on a win. Exactly. Yeah. So the floor is 100, and then for each tier it costs 800 of the RXP. So in theory, that's eight wins. But that's not including anything you'd get from a 5-star match or a longer match, or if you're doing it in Showcase, maybe you get more. If you're doing it in My Rise, maybe you're getting more. This is just off the base, 100 points. you're looking to get to Mr. Iguana, or to get to, because they said the characters will be all the way up to tier 20 every season. Mm-hmm. Who knows if they change that? But that would leave you at what? So that would be 160 wins. Which, that's crazy talk.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah.
That's crazy talk. A minimum of 160. But that's just, again, that's not including the ringside bonuses where you get a bonus RXP for an hour. That comes partway through the season. Then there's the 2-hour bonus. They're going to have things that are going to speed up your progress. I'm strictly going on the math of 100, and it takes 8. So it takes 8 wins for tier 1. So to tier 20, you just do the math, and you're looking at 160 wins, right? Like, that's crazy. But from a content creator's perspective, I'm looking forward to finding different ways to cheese the most RXP as fast as you can and making videos on the channel for you guys to figure out what's the fastest way. And they did state this, and I'm telling you right now, this is going to... I'm ruining my own video before I even put it out. But stay tuned for it anyways, because maybe we'll find other methods. But what you can do is every night before you go to sleep, you can set up your universe mode. This is going to give everybody a chance to go check out universe, because you're going to earn RXP. They stated this, and it was corrected. You will earn RXP if you go into the watch show mode. So if you go to watch show, yes, sir.
Everybody's going to do that then and unlock it right away. They just broke the whole thing.
My own. I know, I'm ruining my own video here.
That'll be patched out.
But if we put this... No, they said no. It's because they want you to try the new mode. They said they specifically just watch show because they want you to check out the new watch show mode, right? And I don't think the idea,
Mr. Dubs.
The Colonel Gunther. Yeah.
Wow, that is
yes, sir.
That is a
I'll find it. Well,
while I'm working, I'll turn that thing on and let it run.
Yeah, everybody's going to do that now.
You guys, so I've ruined my own video that I was going to make, but I'm just saying that will probably get patched where you make way less. I'm assuming like season 1, fine. But the problem is it's not season 1 that we're worried about. We'll unlock the whole season, the whole pass, battle pass, ringside pass, just from playing My Rise, playing the showcase, playing the island, all the things we're going to do. Maybe. My concern is people think if they think we're earning too much too fast or do any adjustments. Season 1 doesn't matter as far as how much we unlock or how fast it is. It's by season 4, 5, and 6 when people aren't playing the game as much anymore. They're playing to unlock their to see their new DLC characters. They're not going to be playing for 5-6 hours a day potentially. They're going to be playing maybe an hour or 2 a week. Mm-hmm. So at that point, if you've paid $150 for this game and you're in season 5 or 6, you're going to be pretty pissed off if you don't have access to your DLC and you don't have time to finish the battle pass because you have a life, work, and other things, and you've already no-lifed this game for 100 hours. And another thing, too, is in most battle passes, RXP does not carry over season to season. I don't know how it's going to work with this one because this does not expire. These season passes don't expire, but they don't expire in Marvel Rivals either. But in Marvel Rivals, your RXP can be converted to other stuff, but it does not carry over into the next season. So if you're playing a lot in season 1 and you get all this RXP after you finish the season pass, if that can carry over to the future seasons, then that's great. That's wonderful because when you're starting to play less and less, you'll have a backlog and you'll be able to kind of unlock early. But if you're having to get brand new RXP every season, I think that's going to be a problem for a lot of players who get this as a Christmas game or, they just get it on discount later on. Yeah. Or, think about that. Well, think about it. If you have 4 or 5 seasons worth of backlog season pass and the current one you're working on, it's crazy to me. You're not going to be earning enough RXP. So the watch show mode thing as just maybe as like a, you have this in the background so you can still get some RXP while you're not playing. What might seem like a cheese, and it's a weird thing and I shouldn't have to do this. Players will be doing that in season 1. But by season 5, that might be nice for new players to the game. Come in there, they're like, okay, well, at least when I'm not playing, I can be earning it, and it's not as bad. It's not as much of a grind. But I will, while you guys chat, I will find that tweet for you guys.
Okay.
But they will lose, I think, a lot of their audience because you think about, like, previous years. You got the Attitude Era pack that came out. I'm sure a lot of people were interested in that. So even if you didn't play the game for months, if you already bought the DLC pack, you want to jump back in there and check out the Attitude Era stars. This time around, if you put out a pack that people are intrigued by, they're going to be like, yeah, I want to play with those wrestlers, but I got to play 200 matches in order to get everybody unlocked. So that's what I'm not doing. Yeah. So now you have people who aren't coming back to the game. So it's going to be a double-edged sword for them.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to patch that out. And the one mode that doesn't earn any RXP is the Creation Suite. Now, I had a feeling that would happen, and there is a way that they could implement this. I posted it on one of Cornell Gunther's tweets, and they could make it to where it's tied to like community creations, and if you get so many upvotes, you can get RXP that way, or if you get so many downloads, you can get RXP. I feel like that'd be a really good way, and it would prevent people from just uploading a blank character over and over again to try to get RXP. They could make it to where you're really rewarding those people that spend hours and hours and hours perfecting these wrestlers online and using the in-game creation suite. You know, you want people in there, don't you? Like, I feel like that would be a huge thing and a huge win for the creation community so that they can also earn RXP. Because that list that he posted, literally every mode except the creation suite earns you RXP. And I'm like, oh, that's such a huge bummer because that's the mode I'll be in the most. But so I'll be jumping back and forth. I'll probably make part of a character and be like, oh man, I got to go earn some points. Jump over here, do this. Oh man, I want to go finish my character. So I'll be torn between trying to keep up with the battle pass and trying to make my wrestlers, because as I think you guys know, I didn't get to 50 last year, but I usually make about 50 before the game ends. Sometimes I've made 80 now with 200 character slots and body morphing returning. Holy crap, I'm going to be in there a lot this year. So.
Yeah, I agree. That is a pretty big thing that was left out. That's a great idea, though, just to have you get RXP for your superstars being downloaded. I think that would incentivize people to create even more, so that's a good idea.
So, Kenny, as I'm looking through the rewards, your favorite wrestler is The Undertaker, correct? Yeah, so that's a yes.
Whoa, pause.
So,
pause on that one.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, wait, what's going on here? Pause? I should blur out the face when you do that. It'd be hilarious to people like, what did he do? No, anyway. Undertaker 03 is locked to tier 14 of the regular season pass, or the pass that comes with the game.
The free pass. The free
pass, thank you. And the other Undertaker, there's another one here. Undertaker 98 is all the way down at 26. Are you happy with them locking The Undertaker all the way down to 26? My Ultimate Warrior is at tier 8, so I'm annoyed that I have to unlock him because he's usually the one I use first. But at least he's not all the way down at the bottom past the 20s or the 40s. How do you feel about that?
So, Undertaker, you said 98? Oh, that is the Ministry of Darkness. That's my Undertaker.
Yeah, you got Paul Bearer, you got Farouk, you've got the Smoking Skull Championship, all in that same tier.
I maybe need to check that out. I haven't even looked at it yet. But that's, you know what? The thing is this. I think people are looking at the RXP system based on how they play the game. Because if you play my faction and you grind my faction, I think this is going to be something they have to figure out, because you can get a match done in like 7 seconds. So if I'm getting 100 RXP every time I get those matches done when I'm grinding,
but that's fine. What's the problem with that? That's great. There shouldn't be a problem.
They're gonna, that's too easy for them.
No, but who cares if it's too easy? Because again, my point I can't stress it enough to them is they can't be looking at data of how fast people are unlocking stuff in season 1, because it's going to be very different for people how often and what they're playing in season 4, 5, and 6, or players who get the game later on and are having to unlock 5 seasons worth of stuff all at once. So you have to give it to you have to allow for the family man and the dad who comes home from work and has his kids and everything. You work a full-time job. Maybe you only have an hour or two to game a week, and maybe WWE's not the only game you're playing. So if you've only got a couple hours a week to play these things, you can't lock that content up so that they'll essentially never be able to unlock it. And another concern I've had in the comments section as well, that people are concerned about is the ability to unlock everything within the battle pass, because they said the battle pass or the ringside pass doesn't expire. But it's whatever, it's the same thing. It's just their cute name for it. So it is the ringside pass. It doesn't expire, but if the servers go offline, if you own the game and now the servers are down for 2K25 because 2K27's coming out, are you still going to be able to unlock that stuff if you haven't already?
Nope.
Is that going to be gone? Is your ability to unlock things that you paid for, is that going to be taken away from you when the servers go down?
I guess.
And I didn't have an answer to that.
Yeah, because even when 2K25, like when it goes offline, you can still buy it with the season pass, right?
Yeah, but you never had to unlock the stuff.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying.
So if they're going to keep selling this content after they take it offline, then they're just going to have to switch it up where everything's unlocked up front whenever you buy it, unless they're going to keep it online.
I wonder if they'll have a patch.
Or but there has to be a way that you can still unlock this stuff without having a connection to the internet.
Maybe near the end of the game's life, they'll have a patch
all be locked online
that unlocks all the wrestlers automatically if you haven't done so already. Otherwise, you're kind of leaning into lawsuit territory if you think about it, because people are very sue happy nowadays, and if they don't have access to the stuff they paid for, I can understand not having the VC and the My Faction tokens, all that kind of stuff, but the wrestlers, you have to give them the wrestlers at the very end, at minimum. Like, there could be, hey, thanks for playing the game. Everybody's moved on to the next one already. So here's a patch. You get them all for free. Or not for free, but, you know, if you've paid for the DLC, boom, here you go. They're all unlocked. You don't have to go play through all the battle passes. I could see them doing something like that. And real quick, Mr. Dubs,
what if you have
you, the ECW, since you're a big ECW guy, the ECW One Night Stand Arena is locked all the way down at the 30-second tier. How do you feel about that?
Is that free or premium?
That's the regular.
It's free.
Free one.
Yeah, like stuff that had. I think most of the stuff that was already in the game is on the free pass. So like characters like Hollywood Hogan and Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, stuff that were already there. That's just how they're filling out the free pass. It seems like this season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The stuff on the free pass will have to be. It'll have to be new stuff. You know, it can't be that we're getting in there. But that doesn't really bother me because, again, Season 1, we're going to unlock everything, no questions asked, just by playing Showcase, My Rise.
So, closing thoughts
that wouldn't surprise me.
On the Ringside Pass. Dubs, we're going to start with you this time. What are your closing thoughts on the Ringside Pass this year and how it all functions and everything?
It's too early for me to tell because, again, even if they nerf Watch Show mode as an alternative to get RXP, there's always going to be creators like myself that are going to look for the quickest, easiest way to cheese through it, to get through it. So it's providing me content, so I can't say I'm actively mad about it. And I also looked at it from the stance of, I get this is paid content. Oh my goodness, you guys blew me up so hard in my chat when I did the video on this with Kenny. They just blew me up for comparing it to No Mercy in the SmackDown Mall. But my goodness, for someone who's played wrestling games for this long, diggity dog. Exactly. So players who played it, I don't mind having stuff to give a carrot at the end of the, carrot on the stick to chase, especially to bring me back to the game and give me more of a reason to actually do more than just mess with my universe or look at community creations. Because sometimes after a few months, that's all I do. I just go to community creations, see what's new, see if there's anything interesting, then get bored and turn the game off. This gives me an active reason to want to go and play a few matches, do whatever. So I don't think it's as bad a thing as everybody else does. The fact that there is even the option of tier skips pisses me off. The fact that they exist, that you can spend money to skip anything, that should not exist, especially when you're buying a $150 version of the game. It just shouldn't exist. You should maybe, if you have the $150 version, get additional RXP boosts or something, those like 1 hour, 2 hour boosts. Maybe you get bonuses as like extras of those versus just buying the season outright or playing the free pass. But other than that, I don't think there should be any tier skips at all, and they should just tweak it as it goes. Like if they're getting not enough RXP or people find it too much of a grind, make it easier. But I definitely don't think you should be tweaking it to make it harder to get RXP as the game progresses through its life cycle. That's the worst thing you can do because there are going to be more and more players picking this game up later in its life cycle for a discount. It'll just end up not being able to unlock all the stuff that they've paid for. So I definitely don't think you should be making it a harder grind as the seasons go on. If anything, you should be making it easier or just leaving it as is if it's good enough. But as far as right now, Watch Show mode is going to be a great way to passively earn some. Great. It'll also give more players a chance to check out Universe. So I think that's a positive. And I mean, again, I'm not someone who really minds having to unlock players. It sucks for Universe that I'm going to have to grind through all 40 passes if I want certain characters to use. But I mean, I'm going to be playing My Rise and Showcase first anyways, and hopefully that's enough to unlock the season. So I'm okay with it.
Okay. And Kenny, how about you? What are your closing thoughts on this?
So I think they could have done this a lot better because we think about AEW Fight Forever. we loved the fact that the AEW shop was in there and we'd have an opportunity to get different things from that shop. But unfortunately, you know, they didn't do what they needed to do there. I think all they needed to do here was, like Mr. Dub said, what they did with No Mercy. Instead of putting it this ringside pass thing and making it these tiers, make a WWE shop where you have to play matches to get points or whatever and buy everything from the WWE shop. It's like, you know, you still got the ringside pass, but you're hiding it in like a store in the game. And I think a lot of people would have been probably still kind of pushing against it, but, you know, we're going with the WWE theme, so I think it would have worked a lot better. So maybe they make that improvement in the future. But another thing you said, Clint, was the fact that people are like sue heavy. Yeah. And I think they've run into difficult territory there as well, because I did not pre-order the game yet. I was honestly going to go with the King of Kings edition and just buy the $10 seasons that I wanted for each DLC pack. But the fact that, you know, we heard it from Brian. They said it's going to be at least 100 RXP per match, and I can make sense of that. Like, you know what? Okay, fine. Grinding my faction, I can unlock this stuff easy. So if we get later on in the year and they sold it to me, getting this much RXP, or, you know, making it this way to unlock these tiers and they make it harder in the future, I think some people might be like, well, you know what? I made my decision based on the way I was unlocking that RXP in Season 1. Now I can't get the stuff I paid for because you're making it harder for me to get. I think they put themselves in a tough situation there as well, because some people could say, you sold the game to me in this way, then you changed it. Lawsuit on your head. So I think they got to be very careful when it comes to changing the way this thing works after Season 1. If they keep it this way...
Unless they make it easier.
Easier is always better, and I think it will be smarter for them to make it easier, because people are going to be leaving the game season after season. So, I mean, we'll see how it works. This is year one, and I think it's going to be very important to the way people look at these games and if people come back to these games in the future. So, right now, it's just a we'll see.
Okay, fair enough.
Definitely.
We're like
very well said.
Pretty much in agreement. Like when we were talking about this in the chat, I was like, wait, you made it sound like you were pro thing. I'm glad you explained yourself. Thank you for coming to the channel, both you guys. It means a lot to me. One more time before we end the video, tell everybody where they can find you. Mr. Dubs, let's start with you again.
You can find me at the app formerly known as Twitter, at Mr. Dubs86. And you can find me right here on YouTube, at Mr. Dubs. Links I'm sure will be right down below in the description.
Cool. And of course, Kenny Baum, where can they find you?
Kenny Baum on YouTube, Kenny Baum live on YouTube for live streams one day, and Kenny Baum 4K on X. Again, I am open to all obscenities you guys may want to scream at me for defending the ringside pass in the capacity I have today. Thank y'all again for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to Main Event Strizer's channel, wherever he is on my screen. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, follow this guy. He's great, dropping content every day for y'all. Beautiful stuff.
Thank you. Thank you, Kenny. Stay frosty.
Woo!